Mindset is what would help you, sustain those hard or difficult period in the process. If you have to be at work every single time to make money, like you have to be there physically, stay there. Even if you're not doing much, you're there. You're trading your time for money, and that is not scalable in the long run. Like, think about it. If you're in a low skill job, it means that the competition is higher. There is more competition because there's low barrier to entry, so anybody literally can get in and start to work from day one. It means that they can replace you easily. So the question is, how then can I position myself to become like almost indispensable, working a high skill job that at least has some barrier to entry? Hello friend, my name is Noah. I've been living in Australia for just over 2 years now, and it has been an incredible experience where I've been in a privileged position, providing career insight, guidance, and mentorship to more than 300 plus African immigrants based here in Australia. And in this video today, I'm going to be sharing some powerful learnings that I've been able to summarize and document, learning from some of their fears, challenges, and desires. And I think that this learning would help you definitely avoid some of these issues and challenges and grow your career so that you can have a very good experience living, thriving, and working here in Australia. There are 3 powerful points I'm going to be talking about in this video. And the first one I want to talk about today is mindset. In my experience talking to more than 300 African immigrants, I've seen that when it comes to mindset, people fall into what I say 3 categories. Now, the first category are people who have a do or die situation. And what do I mean by do or die situation, right? So these are people who absolutely want a change in their career. They're just sick and tired of what they're currently doing. They want a way out. For example, I speak to a lot of people who would share that, hey, I've been in this country for, 5 years, 6 years, 7 years, 20 years. And all I do is to work in this particular industry. I am not finding any fulfillment. It is a drain on my health, on my time, on even in so many cases, my physical health and resources. Another set of people that I talk to are people that are in betweens, right? And they like the idea that, yes, this is, long term is not sustainable for me, right? I cannot continue to do and work. I cannot continue to work in this industry in the long term. But in the short term, they are still happy, right? They enjoy what they are doing, not enjoy in that sense, but they get money from it. So it's not like a do or die, if that makes sense. So basically, they want to change because maybe they are professionals back home in Nigeria, in Kenya, in Gambia, whatever. But they've come here and the system has constrained them because of a lot of barriers that we face. We see people who are very skilled, people who are very skilled, who are accountants, but they come here and they can't actually continue that practice because there are a lot of things that they need to put in place. It's difficult to get back into professional life. We've seen doctors in those situations as well. Now they are maybe working in care, disability, youth work, cleaning, different type of job. While sometimes they get enough money, to sustain their life, they're just not fulfilled, in terms of what they really want to do. And they come speak to, me, maybe one of their friends that recently got a job, through our program. Now I've spoken to them like, hey, talk to Noah for advice and all of that, and I will have a conversation. So yeah, I would categorize those people as in between, right? It's not a do or die situation. They still get money, they're fine, but they want a change. But how much do they want that change remains to be seen. The next set of people, right, that are categorized are people who are just exploring, right? So yeah, they have this big skepticism, like So when you hear, oh, transition to tech, you can explore roles like business analysis, scrum master. Those concepts are abstract in their mind. They are not really sure like this is even a possibility. So they're like, okay, I'm just going to speak to Noah and just be curious, which is a good thing in itself. At least you're interested to know, about this opportunity. I'm still going to have a conversation with Noah to see if this is really for me. So I put those people in category of just exploring. Now, what is the commonality? So remember, just to recap, in terms of mindset is what would help you, sustain those hard or difficult periods in the process. Facilitators are Sinskis. We're always driven and passionate to make sure that there's accountability. And that is one of the difference between our program and an online program, where it is just, you sign up for an online course or something, you're on your own. You just go and do it when you have time. So online course fails, because there's no accountability. No matter how good an online course is, if you don't have that accountability, someone doing it with you, then it fails. Now, let's talk about the next point, which is the desires. Why would I be in a situation where I've had to talk to as much as 300, 350 people, about something in 2 years, right? And this is just scratching the surface, because there are a lot of people in the same situation that, are not even aware of what we do at Sinskis. So a lot of people actually make money. So that's not really the issue for them. But then how do they make money? That is another important point. Now, sometimes, like if you're in the care sector, or disability support work, or cleaning, or menial job, survival job, right? How you make money is by putting in the hours, by putting in the shift. So depending on how much per hour you earn, you already max out. Like you put in the hours, then you can then predict how much you can earn, right? So if you don't put in the hours, you don't earn as much. But as I was saying, some people actually earn enough. That's not the issue for them. But they want flexibility with their time, right? So what does that mean? For the reasons I've just mentioned, if you have to be at work every single time to make money, like you have to be there physically, stay there. Even if you're not doing much, you're there. You're trading your time for money. And that is not scalable in the long run. It is simply not scalable. People want careers that can definitely give them more flexibility for their time, where they have more time to spend with family and friends, right? Good, sounds good, right? Yeah. Other people want more convenience at work. What does that mean? There are some people that do job that they have to stand all day. Like the environment is not just conducive, right? Imagine people that are being a banker, a lawyer, a doctor, working professionally back in Nigeria or in Africa, and they are here. They definitely can't do that. So they have to maybe stand throughout, or care for somebody by lifting things, or they have to go around, just be in an environment is not conducive work environment, where it's not safe. People want fulfillment, and some other people, they just want to be in a collaborative environment to work with high level, high network people that can move their career forward, people that have leverage, right? So there are some jobs you keep doing. You're not just surrounding yourself with those type of people, those type of opportunity. You are only as strong as your network. And if your network is weak, you just be grinding and not be able to find opportunities. When you migrate here to Australia, for example, or UK or Canada, same problem. You maybe have to restart. You don't have a strong network. And if you then don't take steps to actually build your network, what happens is weak. You can't leverage that. So also, question for you, do you have a strong network? Do you have a strong network of people that have leverage? Now, I'm not talking about you having a lot of friends. There's a difference between having a lot of friends and support system to network. That network effect, people say network effect is significant, right? It's really significant. So you need to ask yourself, do I have high leverage network? The next point I'm going to talk about is security. Now, I've had a lot of people talk about working in disability support sector, a care worker, this and that. And I just have anxiety because I don't get enough shift. There's a lot of politics happening. They don't give me enough shift. I can't make enough money, right? These are real problems. So if you have a job where from time to time, you can't predict how much you make, that is a problem, right? You want to have a stable job where it's really not about shift or hours or all of that. It's set income, is set. But then you have opportunity to do other things that gives you leverage. Now will help you grow. And still in the topic of security, think about it. If you're in a low skill job, it means that the competition is higher. If you are working in a low skill, sector, there is more competition because there's low barrier to entry. So anybody literally can get in and start to work from day one. It means that they can replace you easily. You need to think about that. So the question is, how then can I position myself to become almost indispensable, working in a high skill job that at least has some barrier to entry, right? So it's not like anybody from day one. So think about some of this sector. A student that comes in first day in Australia can get this job. That means that there is more competition for your hours or your shift. You get the point? It is significant to think about that as well. So the next thing I'm going to talk about is their career. So statistically, based on, let's take a sample set of 300 people that have actually engaged in the last 2 years, right? I can say that 70% actually work in the health industry, especially care, disability support, youth work, and all of that. 15% work professional job that actually don't pay enough or takes a lot of toll on their health. 10% are students still trying to position themselves for peers. So some of them are not working, some of them are doing disability support as well, but they are still students and they just have to get by. They do different type of job, hospitality, things like that. 3% are on maternity leave, they are not working, they're just tired of their previous work. Some are just new in the country, so they are not yet maybe they are fortunate enough, the advice they got was go talk to Noah and see if you can explore this career, not the other popular advice, this is the job we all do, this is what you have to do to make money. And then 2% want to learn skills, to upskill and position themselves for new opportunity currently. So we've had a few people who are oh no, I'm actually not looking for a new job. I just want to learn new skills so I can position myself for opportunities in the organization. Some of them work with government and they feel like there's a ceiling to their career. So they want to do things that will help them be more significant. And they sign up, and that's fine. And people should think like that. How can I position myself where I don't have ceiling, to what I can do and what position I can get? And then one important stat is that 70% overall of these people I've spoken to, they are severely tired. Now, especially those that have worked in care, in disability support, all of that, cleaning, hospitality, they're just tired, and they've worked there for more than 2 years. They're just tired of the job. Basically, they don't find fulfillment. They're tired all the time, and there's so much insecurity, risk, name it all. You may wonder, what? Yeah, we get all this summary now, but why is this a problem? So the first one I'll talk about is the fact that any job you do where you have to trade your time for money, there's no economy of scale. There's no work, no pay. It is not feasible to do that in the long run. If you do that, it means that You can definitely predict how much you earn even years ahead, but if something happens, you can really be in a very messy situation. Like if you do a job basically where you definitely have to be there, trade your time. When you're sick or you're not able to do something, how then do you start to keep up with your lifestyle, make money? Now that's a big question that you need to think about and answer. Very closely related is the fact that there's impact on your health. Yeah, you can be healthy now, but I need you to think about, do it as an exercise. Like think about it, like in 10 years time, doing the same job at the same pace I'm doing it right now, am I seriously going to be able to keep up without any impact on my health? That is the big question to ask yourself. And if the answer is yes, I'm going to be able to keep up. Okay, do it for 15 years. Do it for 20 years, right? If the answer is still same, yeah, you're in a good career, that's the litmus test you should do. If you do that litmus test and you can see yourself, thriving, growing without impact to your mental, your physical, your emotional, your financial health, then you are in a right career, right? And congratulations on that. But if you're not, you need to really ask yourself some serious questions. And a lot of people that I speak to here in Australia, African immigrants, as I mentioned, they definitely fall into bracket where it is simply not sustainable in the long run. Another important thing to talk about is the abuse at work, right? A lot of people risk a lot of things. So sometimes they get, physical abuse. And people get to that point where they've had these incidents happen a lot of times and they have started thinking about, what else can I do in my career? But when they now get to another significant incident happening, it just runs their cup full, like, nah, I can't do this anymore. And this person was like, oh my, this client that I was taking care of spat on my face, and I felt like, nah, this is not me. Like, I'm sick and tired of this situation. I need a way out. I just need to find a way out. And what we talk about, the do or die people, these are the people that fall into that category. They've reached that limit, like, genuinely, I am done. There are other people that they've been punched in the face. The other day I heard from somebody that it was like, Noah, did you know that I got punched in the face? Like, I couldn't actually see for a couple of days. I'm like, whoa, I was legit in shock. Like, I'm like, what did the company do? Like, well, nothing significant. I just took some days off and all of that. But yeah, I'm just tired of this job. And these are a real life situation. And I want you to actually appreciate the magnitude of this and effect on your mental health. Like physical and mental effect is significant. And just the nature of the job in general, you have to clean, take care of the elderly, which is a very noble thing to do. But if you are not built in that way, like I am, and I'm in a privileged position, but coming to this country, I was like, nah, there's some jobs that I simply cannot do. Right? And kudos to the people who find pleasure in doing that. They are needed, kudos to them. But if you're not built that way, of course, it is one of those reasons why you need to ask yourself, is this what I want to be doing in long term? Another one we'll talk about is work racism. So some clients, they don't even like black people. Like, they will legit say that, oh, don't care for me. And we've even seen it in even hospitals. Like, I have a nurse friend and she was just sharing about her experience where you want to take care of some of the patient. I'm like, oh, black girl, no. Can somebody else, do this? She'll gladly leave it, But that experience is shocking. Like, I was like, whoa, until I heard from a few other nurses, like, that's normal, yeah. At the end of the day, they are not the one impacted, but it impacts you like long term, like your mental health. Like somebody just saying, no, we don't know how to take care of, like, it's not a good experience. So there's racism. So people don't like black people. but we have to beat the bias, right? As a result, sometimes it impacts how much you can get, how much work you can get in some environment where there's high competition. So people complain bitterly that they don't actually even get opportunity to get shift. You should be working in a career where you're leveraging your skills and experience. If you're not optimal, you should not be working. But the reality of things is that not everybody can get that. So my bonus point here is, with all this learning, I've talked about sustainable or feasible in the long term, in 10 years, in 20 years. You've talked about all of this summary. Thank you very much. But what is the way out? The first thing is to have a change in mindset. Now you need to start to think about, like, what is my life going to look like next couple of years? And am I optimizing for that opportunity? That is the big question you need to ask yourself. What does my life look like when I have a teenager or I have a 20-year-old? What does my life look like when I'm 50, 60? What does my life look like when I'm 50, 60, 70? Would I have done well? Like, I find fulfillment that, yes, I was there. I was a present parent. I did work that mattered. I found fulfillment. I've grown. So mindset is very important. I would really appreciate if you can help us smash the like button. If you're getting any value from this video, also please subscribe so that we can continue to make content like this and share powerful, amazing insight that can help you grow your life as an African immigrant here in Australia. Turn on the notification bell as well so you're first to know when we publish new videos like this. So back to the solution. So a couple of solutions I'm going to give you, right? So first, obviously, what we do as SimSkills on that mission for us is very powerful, and a community, a growing community of people who have gone through this process are now successful. We have champions everywhere in Australia working in different domains as a business analyst, Scrum Master, product owner. There are people that have taken steps and they've decided to grow their career and change their career. Some of them are business analysts, Scrum Master, any six-figure. For us, we also don't want to get you in a job that is entry level when you have so much skills and experience. You're finding it difficult to get continuity in your career here in Australia. I have good news for you. The first step is to say that, hey, come talk to us, right, and let's troubleshoot the situation and see if you can explore no-code career as a business analyst, Scrum Master, product owner. And these are skills that you can definitely leverage your current experience. In no time, you get a job and you start to enjoy and settle a bit more and have that longevity I talked about. The best investment is the one you invest in yourself, like your skill level, so you can be high leverage and increase your earning and all of that, right? And then think about, how can I use my money, my current money that I put away, to multiply, to fight for me, to triple, to compound, stock and shares, right? A lot of people think risk and everything, but trust me, you need that financial education to think about, how can I safely invest? So there's S&P 500, there are other Australian shares that pay dividends that, of course, is not a get rich quick scheme. It is a long-term thing that in 20 years it will compound, right? And I think it should definitely be part of your plan. So you can consider that and just definitely leverage your network. I hope you've gotten value from this video, where I've been able to summarize 3 key points I've been able to learn, in my interaction with more than 300 African immigrants who want to do well for themselves, grow their career and thrive, settle and be happy in Australia. If this video interests you and you want me to make more videos like this, sharing in-depth analysis, insight, career advice, or you just want to chat, put it in the comment section. I'll be happy to read from you. Thank you for watching this video, and I'll speak to you in the next one.